welcome, listeners to Ɔdadeɛ Radio special time with our esteemed seniors, 1979 year group, 50 years. It's a very momentous occasion, 50 years of coming to Form 1 to start their secondary education. The past week has been a very eventful one. It's been a successful reunion as far as we are concerned. We follow the activities. They are having many programs, mentorship program, and these are seniors who mentored some of us, and these are seniors who love their school and have contributed so much to Presec as it is today. Seniors, on behalf of Ɔdadeɛ Radio Time with Year Groups, myself, Eddie Kofi from New York, I welcome all of you to our studios. And for the next 1 hour, we're going to go down memories lane and then recollect certain events during your time, your 5 years in Presec. And then after that, we look at your platform, your WhatsApp platform, and your welfare issues. So we're going to have a very great time today. And one more time, I want to welcome you to our new legacy project, 1981 legacy project, Ɔdadeɛ Radio. Thank you very, very much, and you are welcome.
Thank you.
Let me see my seniors. DJ, let me see those in the studio. And I just want the executive to post on the platform the Zoom link. So those who are outside the studio can join us, because we are going to have a conversation. Those who are outside the studio can log on to this Zoom link and also contribute to the program. So without wasting much time, we just want to do a quick roll call. All those in the studio and beyond, or those listening to us, we just want to do a quick roll call. You mention your name, your house in Presec, and if you have any nickname. We'll do another roll call when we go on the break, and then at the end of the program, so that those who join later can also introduce themselves. During the break, we're going to pay 3 minutes silence tribute to our colleagues who are departed. So we're going to mention their names, give a roll call of those who unfortunately have moved on, have passed on. And during that time, we'll be playing the dirge to observe a minute silence for them and to remember them. But right now, let's have a quick roll call of those in the studio. You mention your name, the house you were in, and if you have any nickname. If there's a story behind the nickname, don't hide it, because we've done all the groundwork. So let's start from the executives and then all those in the studio.
Okay, thank you very much, Eddie Fico. My name is Innocent Kudu. I was in Kwanzaa House, and I am known as Zoe. If you
Any story behind the name?
Oh, it's a simple one. In the late 70s, mid 80s, we used to refer to the security forces as zombies. And growing up in the barracks, I thought I'd follow my father's footsteps and join the army. So I used to say I will go the zombie way. So my name Zoe is actually a contraction of zombie and way. So it's Zoe for zombie way.
Seniors, is he speaking the truth or is hiding something? Okay, let's have others give their names, house, and their nicknames quickly, please.
Yeah, Eddie Fico. My name is James Annan, Reese House, and did I have a nickname? A tease name that some called me that, but most people call me JB. Yeah, just JB. Yes.
And Sina, you were coming to Accra House a lot. I don't know whether you were coming to see Sami Cranton or something.
Yeah, flights. And no, not really. Yeah, I was. Accra House was a house I always feared. There were certain seniors there that the moment.
We'll come to that. We'll come to that. Okay, let's have others introduce themselves, please.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the welcome. My name is Cyril Grant. I actually joined in 1975. I'm originally from Sierra Leone. The nickname I got was as a result of questions about Sierra Leone and wanting to know words in our language. So I think one time it was Bogonato also, and he wanted to know, I don't remember what the question was, but I told him that the name for small boy is Bobo. So that name stuck. So my name is Bobo.
Yes. And you went on to become one of our esteemed school prefects when you were impeccably dressed, so neat, your sandals and everything.
Right.
Everyone, you set the standard for the school prefect. Let's have some more names, please.
Yeah.
Who else is introducing himself?
Vico, good afternoon to you and good afternoon to
Yes.
cherished listeners. My name is Daniel Ohinekubeido. I was in Kwanzaa House, I was one, and the nickname was Pacha. Pacha was a nickname that I carried from primary school to Presec. If you want some background to it, then give me Koto right now.
I mean, as for this senior, I always remember him because 1981 boys, we happened to be at a chop bar somewhere, and this senior just passed by, and without any hesitation, he just spread us. He just made us.
All right,
service.
that's right. Yeah.
So I remember him very well. Any more seniors, introduce yourself quickly, then we go on. All those standing. DJ Hughes, can we get some extra chairs from the conference of AMC so that my seniors will not be standing? And can we have one microphone for those at the back of the
that's right.
So that they cannot. Yeah.
My name is Kenneth Ousumensa. I was in Race House, and the nickname was Atomi Soso. I carried the.
What's the background? What's the background?
My senior brother used it in his school in Kumasi, and then I carried it here. So there was no background in Presec, but I brought it from my senior brother.
It's a positive one or a negative nickname?
Positive one, I think Atomi Soso, he used to do sports, and he got it through sports. So I believe it must have developed somehow in some way. I don't even know. Yeah.
And did you do sports yourself?
A little bit. I used to do 100 meters for Reese House.
Wow.
This one I don't remember.
And then when I went to sixth form in Laboni Secondary, I was a top athlete there.
But senior, if you did sports for Reese House, 100 meters, then you should have run alongside Sampon. And Senior Sampon was one of the athletes for the sprinters those days. I don't remember you, but that
was when Sampon left.
Let's have some more. Let's have the gentleman by the door, please.
Okay, thanks, Edifico. It's Samuel Coranting, Acro House, and I acquired the nickname Flight when we were in Form 5. You remember? During the O levels, there was a last paper that had a bit of a stretch. So a few of us ran away to IPS, as it was called. There was a jam there, and that's where I acquired the name. But the reasons behind that are safely in the National Archives.
and one thing about Senior Sami is that anytime Senior Sami comes to mind, the next 79 senior that comes to mind is Robert Odum, aka Bob Satan. They were, when you see Sami, you see Bob Satan, and they were just together. Okay, let's go ahead, please.
I am Christian Sechiama, and I was nicknamed Tom Brown. Because
Which house?
Laboni House.
Okay.
Because one Mr. Ottinger from, I think, American League, he wanted to challenge me for Tom Brown. So I was made the champion.
Wow.
I am Bian. Tom Brown, I am Bian.
Yes, let's go ahead.
Thank you very much, Edifico. My name is Jimmy Yao Chagli, Kwanzaa House. And my nickname is Chen Sing.
As for you, I'll never forget about you. Because you were always holding a literature book.
Oh, really?
Always you were holding a literature book. So I remember you very well. Okay, let's move ahead.
Hello, Ed. I'm
Yes,
Bernard
sir.
Cranton. Reese House. I have a very unchristian nickname.
Hey.
It's a very dangerous name. So I will leave
We'll
it
hold
here.
it for that. Okay, Syria. Let's go ahead.
Thanks, Edifiko and other listeners. My name is Auku Akaho Jamasi, and I had a couple of nicknames. I think the one that stuck was Kakapi. Don't ask me for the origin, I don't remember. But the other nicknames I had was Alan P, the Godfather, the Black Six. What else? Yeah, that's what I remember.
Kakapetwa.
The full name was full meaning Kakapetwa.
Your house.
Eggman
Senior,
House.
were you running to Medina without permission?
A couple of times, I guess.
Okay, next person, please. Let's run up this quickly. Yeah.
Face.
My name is Ni Amataki. Kwanzaa House. I had a nickname, Akoloso.
Akoloso.
Yes. I was fan of an Accra Asofo player called Akoloso. So Kwanzaa House people named me Akoloso.
Did you do sports for
I did
House?
sports for the school.
Okay, we'll come to that.
I remember.
We'll come to that, Senior. Let's do the introduction quickly. Yeah, you have a segment on the contribution of 79ers to the sex sports. Okay.
Yeah, my name is Felix Nyako, aka Azimbele, aka Ziggy, Black House.
Anytime I see Senior Azimbele, I remember ISU.
That's right.
You are very good friend.
Hi, Edifoto. My name is Christopher Adunoy. Kwanzaa House. I was nicknamed #1. There's no special reason behind it.
Your name is Noy.
Noy is written like a word.
No, it's not.
Hello,
Okay.
Edifico. My name is Nicholas Clark, Laboni House, and my nickname was Nico, short for my first name.
Yes, sir. Senior Nico. Nico, remember you very well. Senior Nico, the brother was in Accra House.
That's right.
Yes. Clark. Okay. Are we through? So thank you, seniors. One more.
My name is Ben Appington, and I was actually a day student. So they gave me a nickname, but I don't know the origin. I know, but I have not said it. They called me Freaky, and it stuck. So.
Also, Romeo.
Madina Romeo.
That's it.
Okay, so seniors, we continue with the program. 1974 was very eventful year, and as a student of history, and if I don't remember at all, I knew that 1974 in June there was a World Cup in Germany, and then in August Ghana moved to right-hand drive, and then in October we had Rambo in the Jumbo, the boxing between Dutch Format and Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
But for us to put our program in context, let's take our minds back to March 1974 when you wrote the commentaries. And the question that follows is, why did you choose PRESEC? The first question, why did you choose PRESEC? Was PRESEC imposed on you? Did you have relatives in PRESEC already? Have you visited the campus before you came in September? So 3-in-1 question. Anybody can quickly answer. Why did you choose PRESEC? Why didn't you go to any other school but you came to PRESEC? What did your parents impose PRESEC on you? Or did you have siblings or relatives in the school before? Had you been to the school before you got to the school for the first time? Thank you. Anybody can just handle.
PRESEC was actually imposed on me. My cousin, Colonel Iyo Nyante, attended PRESEC, and I remember one time telling my dad that, look, when Kwesi is choosing his schools let him go to Presec. So I had no other choice but to choose Presec.
Nice one. Any other person? Why did you choose Presec? Why the choice of Presec?
Nico Clark here again. My Presec was imposed on me because my brother was there, my father went there, his brothers went there, their parents went there, so I had no choice. I actually chose Motown on my form, and my dad crossed it out and wrote Presec 3 times.
Yes, and coming to the previous senior, Kenanyante, let us put on record, Kenanyante was very instrumental in bringing the Science College to Presec when he was Minister of Education. In fact, we have sent a petition to the school to name something after him. Together with Kenanyante, General Kufu, and Nanado Dankwa, they worked together to divert the Science College from somewhere to Presec. So we hold Kenanyante in very high esteem. As for Senior Nico, his great-grandfather, between 1918 and 1933, he worked relentlessly pursuing the Scottish mission to establish the school. And his father was 1949 school prefect. His uncle was the botanist, played soccer for Presec. And so I know that by all means, they take the Presec pass in head top. And subsequently, the school, the Clark brothers, we call them the Clark brothers. 1949, 1950, they were really, they helped the school. So that's very nice. Another person.
Well, I came to Presec because of ill health. When I was young, I had a very terrible asthma disease, and my dad worked at the 37 Military Hospital. Actually, we lived there. So the decision was for me to be somewhere near home and a hospital. So in case of crisis, I'd be rushed to the hospital quickly. And that's how come I came to Presec, a decision I thank God for.
Amen, amen, amen. Two more people.
Yeah,
Senior Sammy.
sure. Fico, you know what? I chose Presec as a second choice. I wanted to go to Infant Spring School. Why? Because all my elder cousins were in Infant Spring School. But as fate will have it, I ended up in Presec. Indeed, I wanted to be away from Legon because my parents worked at the University of Ghana, Legon. We lived at the Star Village, and I schooled at the University Primary School. Yeah, so I was very, very familiar with the environment. But as fate will have it, I ended up here in Presec. It wasn't imposed on me. I chose it as a second choice, and I ended up here. But indeed, I knew my way about here in Presec even before I got in 50 years ago.
Senior, the Presec FBI will investigate you because it is unknown for someone to choose Presec as second choice and get in. So how you got in after the
so get forensic audits to be conducted. Not all people.
Okay, let's have one more person. Senior Sammy, as for you, your brother was there. I didn't come to see you meet your brother though. Was that the factor? Senior Sammy,
well,
Franti?
Presec was a no-brainer because my father's classmate was Matikoyo. And he told us that when they were in Odumasi together, they had a thing, they, chant between themselves, Kobe. They used to escape into town and buy Kobe and come and do stew in the school and stuff like that. My elder brother was in Ree's house. My cousins are the Iasins. So, when it came to secondary school, Presec was your only option. There was no other option. My dad was a Presec, and my elder brother, and my three brothers after me, and my cousins, the Iasins. Michael Iasin, our mates, had an elder brother in Presec as well. So it was Presec run through the family. Thank you.
Nice one, nice one. And as it mentions Reverend Matikojo, Reverend Matikojo was 1948 year group. Let's just put it in context. Now let's come back to the first day. After all the commentrance has come, everybody has passed, excitement, you've done your shopping, and then the first day you landed in Presec. Now I have 3 questions to ask. The first day experience, someone wants to share the first day experience in Presec. What was the school fees at the time? What was the average age of you people when you came to Form 1? And how many people cried the first day? How many people followed their parents' cars, wanting to go back home? And what was the first food you ate in the dining hall? Quickly.
I remember being dropped off very early, around 8:30, 9ish. My dad arranged a military vehicle and dropped me off. When I arrived, I met the late Dr. Edufo, or known as Senior Owo, and also Senior Ayu Santo, now Dr. Latte. I met them in Dom D of Kwanzaa House, and that is how come I lived in Dom D most of my time in Presec. And then after I was left, I decided to explore, walked around the school. Because my feet were so big, I had one of my dad's old shoes, and it had this metal talkies under it. And it made a lot of noise on the pavement. And I walked past Clark House, and there were some seniors shouting, "Hey boy, hey boy." And coming from the barracks, I thought I was tough. I said, "Look, I'm not called hey," so I decided not to respond. Then there was this shortish guy, apparently he was a Form 2 boy, behind me. He touched me and said, "Hey, they're calling you." And I turned on him to say, "Who says I'm called hey?" And the seniors in the dormitory in Clark House, that must have been Dom A, came out, got me into that dormitory. And that very first day and very first moment, my whole idea, my worldview changed. I realized, look, I realized, like they say in the barracks, "Woni yafi woni," man pass man, and you had to know your place in Presec. First day, humility.
First day experience. I mean, the cultural shock, the shock. And had anyone also been to a boarding house, a middle school boarding before coming? They had a previous boarding experience. First day experience.
First day experience. Well, I got to the campus, I think a little after 3 p.m. On that fateful Friday. And straight away to Kwanzaa House because I knew I was going to House 1. And like my president said, yes, got to the house, the old man helped me to pull out my chop box and my trunk box. Here was late Dr. Edufo Owo, Ayu Santo, Dr. Latte, and then the late Auntie Maggie Awuku. Yes, all three met me, and they offered to carry my chop box and my trunk box into the box room. Can you imagine what happened thereafter? Koto was going to flow. Yes. They shepherded me straight to Dom D. I was carrying my mattress and straight away to the shore. And then when I say shore, you know the place. The Zongo in the dormitory. Yes. Those beds very close to the seniors' cubicles. Yes. So they put me on the top bed of the double bed. Yes. And then they marched me to their corner. You know, our seniors, Form 5 guys, they enjoyed the corners. So that was where I was shepherded to. I don't quite remember what happened soon afterwards, but I remember I stood motionless for some hours until it was supper time. Yes, they escorted me into the dining hall. Yes, they gave me a seat. And before I could sit down, another senior shouted, "Stand up!" I was confused. I didn't know whether it was directed at me or directed at others. Yes, but I had to stand up like a robot. The rest is history. Yes, the rest is history.
Okay, one more person, first day experience. Did anybody cry?
Yeah, he's got a mic. Go on.
I don't remember much though, but I know what I remember is that when my parents dropped me, no, my dad brought me with his Mercedes Benz. He dropped me in as soon as I was running after the car, trying to convince him to stop, But of course that didn't happen. That's all I remember. I know I cried the rest of that day.
Nice one, nice. So, what was the school fees at that time? Do you guys remember?
48 CDs. 48 CDs. 48 CDs.
48 CDs.
Yeah, 48 CDs a term.
And were some of you on Cocoa Cocoa Marketing Board scholarship here and there or something?
Yes, I got onto CMB scholarship, I think, by second term. You know, the list used to come in batches. First batch, I wasn't on it. And then I was in a classroom one time and I was sent for, and I was asked if my dad had received a letter or had I seen my name on any list. I said no. So subsequently, the following term, my name got on the list for CMB scholarship. Yeah.
Nice one, nice one. And let's look at the prefects when you went to Form 1. Any recollection of prefects when you went to Form 1? Who was the SP?
Asante.
Engman House. Yeah, Asante.
Okay. And who was the CBO?
CBO was Abrokwa and Osu Setre. Yeah.
Yes. Osu Setre House 2.
Yeah.
Abrokwa House 1.
Okay. And who was the sports prefect in 1974 when you got to Form 1?
Senior Achobe Gas. Achobe.
Of Reese House.
And as we mentioned sports, you guys had your first brought into Kwabenya, Shepe. I just need one person to enumerate in 1 minute how the experience was.
For me, it was frightening. The way the event was hyped. Senior Achobe would hold the bell in the dining hall and announce at 3:30 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday, the bell will go boom shakaing, and woe betide you if I come round and catch you in bed. So the night before, you had to dress up in your sports attire, even wear your those days canvas shoes, and be ready. At the sound of the bell, you're supposed to jump down and get ready to line up. And for those of us who had issues and couldn't, you had to go get some form of permission, and that is where the koto started.
And those days, Transparency International was not there, so you had to pay koto. Okay, so let's come back to staff. Headmaster was who?
Reverend Mate Kojo of Blessed Memory.
Assistant headmaster?
Yeah, E.Y. Etuaferi.
Okay, now let's look at the subjects. Who were the mass tutors when you got to Form 1?
There was
Kosima.
That was Mr. SM Asigbeche, so it was Kosima. And then there was Mr. Cheche, or Mr. Cheche, okay, as he's called, who was fond of giving a few slaps.
Who was Mr. Ntifu also the mathematics place?
Yeah, he was around, but I don't think he taught us. No, he was teaching Form 2 at the time. Yeah.
Who were the English tutors at that time, please? English.
There was Mr. Safo, and there was Mrs. Champong of blessed memory, and there was Miss Omabo also.
And Ulma.
Yeah, Mr. Ajay. Yeah.
Martin Ajay.
Yeah.
Did Mrs. Amankwaje teach you guys?
Mrs. Amankwaje taught us literature. For me, he taught us literature.
But Amankwaje taught 4A, English language. Yes, when we were in Form 4. Yes, I don't remember she teaching me, but she taught.
Okay, let's move to biology. Who was the biology teacher?
Mr.
Yeah, for Form 1.
Yes, general science Form 1, Form 2, Miss Caesar. Yes.
And chemistry? Chemistry?
Mr. Samote. Yes.
Well, so with chemistry, that meant you had gotten to Form 4, had chosen your subject. So there was Mr. Adom, Adom Power. Yeah.
Okay. And now let's come to between Form 1 and Form 2. These questions are when you were in Form 1 and Form 2. Who were the most mischievous guys in your group?
Henry Aite, known as Sulele, now based in
my own senior Sulele of Maryland.
Virginia. Yeah.
And who was the funniest person? The funniest person also. Always cracking jokes, Jobia.
The late.
May rest in peace.
Yeah.
And who was the bully of Form 1, Form 2? Always bullying his mates.
I see.
Zebu.
Where is it? And who were the book long? Always serious. Book, ghosting. Always learning. Who were the book long people?
Adroyami.
Yeah. Clarence Jetchi.
Clarence Jetchi of whom? Okay, and then who was the most annoying? The most annoying and too known.
Annoying and too known. My baby. And then we had one Anyete Manley.
Yes. We call him woman.
Yes.
Woman, yeah.
He remembers. I'm calling that name because those days if you call him that name, you are okay, now who were the Dada Bas and the Ijabas? If I talk about Dada Bas,
plenty. Right here.
Let's break it down. The Dada Bas.
And the guy who ran after his daddy's nose.
The Dada Bas had the big beans, the winter beans, the corn beef, and all those things in their chop buses. And the Ijabas had just the Risto soap, the Guardian soap, and then just the Gary and the Shito. So who were the Dada Bas, the Ijabas of the class? I know
mine was different. I was Dada Ba with hard labor. I looked at the Baba. There was nothing in the box.
Any other Dada Ba?
I think Setamati, even though he didn't finish the 5 years with us.
The late Ken Ajirako.
Ajirako, Kwanzaa House,
Yeah, they had soaps like Far and they used to come to school with brute deodorant sprays, you know.
Was Senior Sami and Senior Nico Dada Bas?
Yes, they were.
Objection. You know, we're in the same house.
Okay.
I was very young, but I wasn't a Dada Ba. I grew up very quickly to defend myself.
Okay, Senior Nico, were you keeping your provisions with Senior Clark?
Funny enough, no, I had other friends I would give it to because Senior Clark would eat it if I gave it to him.
Nice one. Okay, and even though you were just Form 1, Form 2, by Form 2, your testosterone and things were just developing here and there. Were you receiving romantic letters from Iburi girls, Accra girls, and those things?
We were even admiring our own teachers.
Hey!
You and who?
That's very sacrilegious. That's very sacrilegious for
People were peeping.
This is serious. Okay, now let's in terms of one more question here. Who are the most tastiest fatty among you?
As for Feti, I knew people who had 2 brands of Feti. There was one that was very red. It was just pepper and oil. And depending on how the relationship between you and them was, you could get the... that would determine which one you got. You know, so...
Yeah, we call that Feti Bonsam. Very genocidal. You put it in your mouth and you are dead. Okay,
and
now let's
Ken Ajirako used to have 2 types of feti. Yeah, Ken Ajirako. Remember very well.
Let's come to the menu in the dining hall. What did you take for breakfast those days?
It varied. You might get Tom Brown. You might get rocks. You might get rocks.
A quick baby.
Oh, Blayo, yeah.
And lunch, what did we take for lunch most of the time?
Most of the time you would have yam.
Gasso.
Yam with gasso.
Red.
Yeah, red. Occasionally you have kenke. You know, all plain rice.
Makbo.
Did you have the Sunday afternoon yam and granite soup?
Yes, that was nice.
That was Sunday.
And Sunday evening, did you have the
plain rice and beans? Yeah.
Rescue the perishing.
And if you're wearing your white, and the palm oil goes into it.
Yes.
That's it.
You're in trouble.
Wow. Was there jollof those days for you guys?
Once in a while.
Jollof was rare.
Once in a while. We had this thing called baby shit. I still don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. Yes.
That was agushi.
That was agushi, and then on one occasion, I remember they added. Those days, it brought about a boycott. They added. It was dandelion from the school farm.
Really?
Yeah. So you saw some greenish leaves, and then the baby shit, and that caused some waye demonstration.
1977.
Yeah. Only for us to grow up and come to realize that dandelion it was good, and now we even grow it ourselves.
You remember we had an incident where there was.
Let's come to your contribution to Presec Sports. Arguably, this group has given Presec one of its best sportsmen. So I'll mention the discipline and those mates of yours who contributed either at the house level or then at the school level. You mentioned their names. So let's go to soccer. Who were the soccer stars of '79? And then let's have their names quickly. That comes to mind.
Kofi Apao.
There was Kofi Apao.
Kofi Apao,
yeah,
House.
yes, Accra from Festus Asari.
Festus Asari, Black House.
Yeah, Jacob Owusu, Reed House.
Jacob Owusu, one of the most lethal clinical strikers ever to play for Presec.
And then
very clinical.
There was
Zebu
with the bullet shots, yeah. And there was Ajay Zoro in posts, yeah.
Any more soccer stars? 79 group. That comes to mind. Okay, let's move to table tennis. Who are the stars of that time? I know Kwekuma played table tennis for Afro.
There was Bernard Akoto. There was Samuel Dazi of Clark House. And there was Ansa Krem of Engman House, aka Chiboronto.
Okay, let's go to hockey. Who are the stars?
Kwekuma for hockey. Someone else played serious hockey for the school in our class. Forgotten the name.
Volleyball.
Well, myself, I played volleyball for the school.
Who else played volleyball for his house?
I played volleyball for fun.
Zoro also played volleyball seriously for school.
Okay, now let's come to athletics. Who are the sprinters? Who are the long distance runners? Who are the field people from '79?
Akoloso.
Why is Akoloso? He left the room.
Yeah. Akoloso.
400.
Mickey Wonders. 800. Rami.
Rami was the sprinter. Who else? Who are the sprinters there?
And then field events.
So Akolosko was also 400 meters, like I said.
Yes.
And I think we had Oworo. Emmanuel Obokwe. Yes, he went for the middle distance.
800.
Yes, 800. I think 1,500.
800. Okay. Okay, that's
we had our shot putter here as well.
Yes.
Nobody did triple jump. 79. Nobody did triple jump.
No.
Not even high jump. Yeah, but this guy's in short parts.
High jump. There was somebody who did high jump for 79. High jump. Okay. Now
don't bring yourself.
Let's come back to the houses. In terms of sports, which houses had rivalry in terms of sports during your time? Rivalry. This house and that house they were rivals.
I think it was between Kwanzaa House and Engman House. Why? Because Engman House had the sprinters. Monster was there, 100 meters, 200 meters, and then the relay, the 100 quartets. It was always Kwanzaa House, to the best of my memory. Yes. Engman House also had a crack team led by Odamia Sante. Sakpati. Yes.
Kwesi
Doma was in House 6, but the rivalry was between Engman and Kwanzaa. Again, for poll votes, it was between Ayu Santo and Kula of Engman House. Yes. And I also think that long jump to, yes, there was always this rivalry between Kwanzaa and again Engman. A few times Labone, because Ɔdadeɛ, Senior Ɔdadeɛ of 1975 year group, was always there, also in the school team, competing with Ayu Santo and others. Yes. So that was it. If others could contribute, that should be fine. Yes. But I remember Kwanzaa and Engman in particular. We sit at Kwanzaa House and would calculate how many points we think we're going to get, because we're conscious of some events. We're going to take the first and second places, we'll work out those calculations, and then we go there, it's like Lotto. We hit the jackpot and we are done.
Okay, at this stage, we want you to go down memory lane and give us one intercore Jama song of your time, and then after that, we go on a quick break, and after the break, we'll pay tribute to our departed brothers. So let's have one Jama song from you. And DJ, after that,
Hosiana, Eda Fiatrele o, Eda Fiatrele o. Hosiana, Eda Fiatrele o.
Oh, only this song you remember. I came later, I remember more songs.
So as for the songs,
plenty.
Woyemoko ni achole monster. Woyemoko ni achole monster. Woyemoko ni achole monster. Chile no ibabe. Chile no
Nice one.
Yes.
So we'll take a short break, 5 minutes break, and when we come back, we'll pay tribute to those who have passed on, and then we're going to move on to the second part of the program, where we're going to focus on how you guys had met after school, your WhatsApp platforms, your welfare issues, networking, and all those things. So DJ Yus, can you just give us some music once we go on the break?
Ɔdadeɛ Radio. Like us on Facebook at Ɔdadeɛ Radio. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Ɔdadeɛ Radio. You can WhatsApp or call us on 0200 092925. Ɔdadeɛ Radio.
Ɔdadeɛ Radio. Ɔdadeɛ Radio.
Yes, listeners, we're back with our esteemed seniors 1979 year group. It's been a very awesome time this afternoon. We're going down memory lane, 1974. They're sharing experiences with us. We're getting to know our seniors more. We're appreciating how they certain nicknames, we get in the background and all these things. And it's been a very, very wonderful time. We're going to continue, but this time we want to pay tribute to our seniors who have passed on. The predeceased us, want to pay tribute to them. So the DJs will play the dirge, and then we'll ask President Zoe to mention their names as the dirge is played.
Dear fraternity, I don't know about other year groups, but we seem to have lost quite a number of our mates we came to from one with. We have about a total of 25 gone before us. And I start Ajirako Kenneth, Ahin Ebenezer Samson, Asari Festus Kweku, Ajaku David Yao, Agaji Theodore Kwabena, Obing Daniel Amponsem, Odonko Erasmus Ni Bone, Ohin Timothy, Osabote Theophilus Tete, Ado Theophilus, Bochwe Ebenezer, Nunu Seth, Tete Emmanuel Gidisu, Aite Jonathan, Shawe Samuel Mensah, Kwabla John Kojo, Adai Bosumpra Ernest, Dolaji Hope Kwame, Kusi Prince Henry, Opari Martin, Akwete Norte Jonathan, Isaac,
Ɔdadeɛ Radio.
Ohenijan Nana Ayesu, Sarkodie Daniel, and Sumene Theophilus Tete. These are our brothers who have gone before us, and we pray that the Almighty God keeps them in His bosom. May they continue to rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
Amen.
Nice one, nice one. God grant eternal rest to our seniors who have passed on. We have this confidence in ourselves as Christians that on the resurrection day, we are going to see our mates one more time. Now let's move on after Presec, and after going your diverse ways, there is the need for us to come together as you did. How did it start getting the group together on your WhatsApp platforms and all those things? Let's share that experience. How did you start?
Well, before WhatsApp, one of our mates who's in Denmark or Norway now, Peter Charles Quay, PC Quay, Police Constable Quay. He brought up the idea of us getting together, but we used to do emails at the time. So PC Quay, the late Ima Pepe, Ernest Adaibo Sumpra, Aniko Tampale, Bogonato, and Co. They started this email chain, and gradually we got on one by one. So it used to be chain emails. We were sending emails. And then later on, Jimmy Chagley somehow enlisted his daughter to create a WhatsApp platform, and that caught on so well. And now we have this platform that if one does not go on for a day, you feel you have missed the whole world. Very vibrant platform, full of all the Presec nonsense.
Okay, so how many active members do you have in your year group on the platform?
We have close to 100, about 90 something on that platform. Yeah.
And even though you are meeting virtually, how often do you meet physically?
Physical organized meetings are rare, but what we tend to do is we have a large number of brothers in the diaspora and who visit quite often. So anytime any of the diasporans are in town, there has to be a sitting and a rablo. And that kind of constitutes a meeting. We don't have scheduled meetings like once a month, no. But occasionally somebody would announce, hey, Charlie, let's meet for a rablo. And as many as can make it, attend. But I would say most of the time, the maximum you would get will be 15, 20. And we call ourselves the usual suspects. But it is this...
because some are also outside Accra.
Yes, so it is this core of people, 15, 20, that makes 79ers such a force to reckon with. Because we accept that it is us. And so we do a lot of things on behalf of the others who cannot make it. Yeah.
That's very nice.
And to add to that, I can also add that, yes, we also meet as and when a need arises at social gatherings. When it's funeral, for instance, yes, and it's announced, we rally together and we are there to support our colleague who is bereaved. A few birthday sittings are also announced, and then we do that. Sometimes you find one or two people deciding to hold a sitting, and then news gets around us quickly, and then a lot of gate crashes, so to speak, will also speed up and sit with us. But beyond what President said, I wish to put on record that before the email system and the WhatsApp system caught up with us, there was always a struggle to get this group together. And I can recall that my good self and Professor Ben Jan of the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research and one or two others, I think Friki, you will recall, we used to try to hold meetings at the YMCA and YWCA around at the Braka. It wasn't working too well. So the idea came up that we could team up with some other year groups. Chinsin, you can bear me out. So we joined the 78 year group. Yes, hoping that we could build our base. It worked to a point such that the 77 guys also heard of it. And they decided to join us. And that was the beginning of old boys teaming up 2-3 year groups to get started. Yes. But they got to a point where the 77 guys felt they were seniors and they wanted to bully us. And then we told them to get out of our way. And they went away. And then 78, 79 continued the show until such time that we felt we were mature enough to go on our own. So I think it should be on record that 79 year group started slowly before the email and
okay, those are the Apollo Theater or Connect Hotel days. Okay, I remember attending a few of those meetings. Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to put the feet of the executive to the fire a little bit at this stage. If someone is bereaved in the group, how do you handle it?
Well,
someone loses the parent or something.
Yes, so we have a benefit package clearly spelled out and adopted by the group. So
NCNC?
No. So yeah, in a way, but we have specific benefits for specific occasions or occurrences. If you lose a parent, that's what you get. If you lose a spouse, that's what you get. If you lose a child, that's what you get. If you are hospitalized, that's what you get. But on condition that you are a paid up member. Paid up is the key operating phrase. You must be in good standing.
So
apart from that, if the event occurs and it is announced, then it is up to the benevolence of members to do what they think they want to do. In that case, there's no obligation on the association.
So the president, with all seniors, with all the posts and the power you are wielding, you cannot sign off for someone who is hospitalized, who does not pay his dues, who has not been coming for meetings, inactive person, good Samaritan provision. You don't have that prerogative to tell the executive that, look, this guy is one of us. Whatever is not paying dues, we still have to show some love.
There are instances, and we take these things on case-by-case basis. Fico, you must accept, whether you like it or not, that there are people who just don't care. And we're able to see it. We know. So if you're one of those people, me, I haven't heard. Oh yes, I mean, because in this world, I mean, we must be each other's keeper. Look, there are members we have helped to solve medical problems. Voluntarily. We look at the case, we realize that, oh, this person genuinely needs help. And we put our heads together and we go to our brothers and we make a case. And brothers genuinely contribute and we take people through support. Sometimes a member who is a medical officer would volunteer to see this person or refer this person to their colleagues. And in the event there's a need for financial support, we do these things. But there are others who are capable. They just decide they don't want to be among the fold. So, well, you leave them.
Yeah, I mean, it's common with many groups. You have people playing isolation. You don't see them. For one or two reasons, they are keeping to themselves. They don't want to come near the brethren, the fraternity, and those kind of things. I remember very well, one of the things you guys did that struck me so much was the assistance you gave to Festus. You visited Festus, you did so much for Festus before he passed on. Well before his condition got serious, I remember very well you guys visiting and giving him Christmas time, showing some love, rice, provisions and grocery and all those things.
I was part of the team on one occasion, went to locate him at Community 2 Runabout. Yes, I can picture the house now, even as we speak. And during COVID time, we put things together and made a food package for certain members, that executive, and our group is such that there is a kind of informal executive, apart from a few that are mentioned. There is a core that acts as an executive without anybody demanding anything from them. So calls just go around. Charlie, with this COVID thing, some of our colleagues will be hard up. What can we do? And then before you are aware, brothers put things together, and then we decide what the package should be made of. And then we are quiet. And I remember the late Gidi Sutete, because he was in the security services at the time, he was a customs officer. When there was this lockdown, we went around in his official vehicle dropping these food packages. So we try, but there's a limit to what you can do. You cannot carry everybody, particularly those who want to play isolation. Yeah.
Still on welfare, because welfare is so dear to me. We are getting to retirement. I believe all the seniors are now on pension, except the few that are about people who are yet to get to 60.
No, our year group, everybody's past 60 now. Everybody, even the youngest ones who, when we came to Form 1, were like 10 or 11. Everybody is crossed the 60 line now.
Okay, so seniors away, and to the executive and members there. This is very hypothetical. I'm a member of 79.
Yep.
I'm having a lot of financial issues here and there.
Yep.
Things are not going on well for me.
Yep.
Do I come to the executive and say, Charlie, Charlie, can you drop something for me? What do I go about? Things are not set.
Oh, yes. You can approach anybody in the executive and make your case. I mean, well, like I said, we have some informal kind of thing. So people know people who are influential in the group. They may not necessarily be executives. So brothers have gone to such people, and then it gets whispered up the line, and we get to become aware that this brother has issues. We look at it, like I said earlier, case by case basis. There are people you look at and you realize that, yes, I mean, they're doing their best, but things are not working. And we discuss it amongst ourselves, and we put things together, and they get some help. I can tell you, even just yesterday, I had a request like that. I mean, yeah, some of these, you don't even mention it to the group as a whole. Yeah. You just do what you can, So, I mean, we try. we try. But good. I must admit, there's room for improvement, but we do our best.
By all means. How much is the dues?
We pay 500 a year. 500 Ghana cedis, yeah.
Spread throughout the year or one time?
Oh, we like it when you bring it one go. But you are free to spread it if you don't have the means, yeah. But we prefer the one-time business.
And do you make appeal to, to say, those who are well off to give more than the 500?
Oh, yes. It's there. We say, if you can do more, you are welcome.
Because in 81, those of us in the diaspora, we voluntarily decided to pay more than what our colleagues in Ghana are paying.
Okay, and so 81, let me clap for you.
Yeah, so
the 81 diasporans. But the 79 diasporans, they will amicable back me. But beyond that, yes. Please. Oh yes. No, I haven't finished. Brothers. Say I'm a great fan. Yes, when it comes to dues, that is what they do. We are all equal before the law. But they donate so much, you won't believe it. The kind of things they do, single-handedly. They just decide, put things together, and this is from brothers in the diaspora. For instance, 8 high-end table tennis boards.
Yes.
Came to PRESEC just on the initiative of our brothers in North America.
Let's give them a hand.
All right.
Do you say I make a pepe? Yes.
And do you have a constitution?
We
79?
do. We do.
And what is the tenure of the executive? I don't want the way.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Doesn't even know.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be a maximum of two-year terms, but because of their selfish reasons, they have refused. They have refused to change the executive. They have refused to implement that clause of the Constitution. So they have allowed some people to carry the load. And so the work is kind of sacrificial. And some of us do it for the love of the group. But the thing is that we get so much support. I mean, this event that was organized, we just put a committee together. They are not executives, but the work they have done, right now I've decided, I've seen the people that I will appoint as committee chairman, and then I'll go to sleep.
in fact, this reunion has been so organized, and I've been following the events, and I'm so impressed. And it's good that the love for PRESEC, the commitment, the passion is all coming into play. I think last night you were at Legon and you had some time with the Ghana Dance Ensemble, a very nice one. Senior Alex posted it on the North America platform. Now let's look at your WhatsApp group. Who is the software of the group? Every day is giving us morning devotion posting. Who is the software of the group, the WhatsApp group?
Two of them, I think. Nico, which Nico?
Nico says
Nico.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not on a regular daily basis that can get annoying. Once in a while, Aniko Tampale would post some sermons of his. And I mean, I don't know whether he does it deliberately. It's so not annoying. Because look, we are Christian gentlemen, but sometimes you get fed up with some of these things. Every day, every minute, people are loading and not considerate of other people's sensitivities. It does.
The chances are that you may miss an important post because of the flooding of the platform.
Exactly. So we don't have that problem on our platform.
Okay. Yeah. Who is the most difficult person on the WhatsApp group? Very difficult. Always arguments.
Sorry, guys, help. Who creates so much controversy? Yes.
We have a number of them.
I'm not included.
Boy, Tintin, Asafwache.
Yes, Joseph Omani Mensah, number 1. Number 2, Charles Asamoah. Number 3, you said Senior Alex. He's another controversial one. Yes, very, very controversial. But
most controversial.
But it's usually stimulating.
Who is the most generous and most caring? Always coming from a position of helping people.
No, we have a number of them.
A number of them.
Some of the troublesome and controversial people tend to be the generals and the very benevolent people. It cuts across. There are quite a number. Some would do it quiet. They don't want even other people to hear that they are doing this. You just get a call and they send things and say, oh, send this to this person, give this to this person. Yeah.
Oh. And those of you in the studio, if you are to vote, who will you give the most influential member of 1979 to? The most influential member of your group.
The one speaking.
The one speaking.
Yeah. It's going to be tough. It's between some three people for me.
If
Alex.
act as the electoral commissioner, then we can put.
I would mention Alex Darko. I'll mention Henry Aite, and I'll mention Medina Romeo, also known as Freaky, also known as Ben Penting. I mean,
nice one.
At least.
Okay, now we are winding down. What do you guys miss about Presec 50 years down the line? What do you miss about Presec? There's one thing you miss about Presec. What will it be?
Tom Brown.
Well,
JC, what do you miss?
What do you miss?
Adore. The man likes weeding like nobody's business.
I believe that the feeling that we could have done more there. After you've left, it's like, this was a good opportunity, and did we do enough? So that kind of feeling.
Did you do enough in what sense?
As students, I mean, we enjoyed ourselves, yes, we did, but later on, you look back and say, wow, the enjoyment could have been even much, much, much more. Yeah, so it's just a feeling.
I think another thing you will miss is that you go out as a senior, and as a senior, you have these juniors that you can bully around, and you will miss it because you are not getting to shout on people or anything again. So those are some of the things that you will miss. But since you move on, you go and enjoy the next ladder ahead of you. So I think.
Okay. So the next few minutes will be wrap up. But in terms of projects, I know you've done so much for Presec. You are still doing, but can we enumerate your 25th anniversary? You gave Presec something. Your 40th anniversary, you gave Presec. Can we have a recollection of the things you have done for Presec, so that we put it on record for listeners to also know that our seniors did not just pass through Presec, but they gave back to the school in many ways. The basketball pitch behind Laboni House, table tennis donated, and any other projects, or if there are projects in the pipeline, or anything associated with this 50th reunion, and we just have it, please.
So for this 50th anniversary of entering Presec, we have this project that we say 50 at 50. So we have donated 50 sets of desks and chairs to the school, which will be dedicated tomorrow after.
Let's give a hand. Let's give a hand.
Yeah, so apart from that, you've mentioned it, the basketball court. And one thing that is happening and which we are debating, thinking through to see how it can be solved. One thing we realized is when you donate to the school, because of current situations, does not have funds for maintenance. So what you donate just deteriorates. You come back, you see it, and you are so disappointed. So we've had to be working on the basketball court. Currently, we are resurfacing. We've had to do the bleachers again, and we're doing a scoreboard now. We want to, present the scoreboard on a resurfaced court. And we're thinking, there's a debate going on whether to fence it and limit its use, because the way it is now, we hear boys are playing till late in the night and outsiders just come and get onto the court. So we're thinking maybe a fence around it might protect it. But going forward, must we be saddled with maintenance for gifts that we give our school? That is a debate that is raging on our platform now, whether or not we should institute a maintenance fund also for the projects that we donate to the school. Yeah.
And to take a cue from there, in the 1980 group, they signed a performance bond with the school. I mean, it may sound a little theoretical, but they made the effort that whatever projects they have given to the school gave a memorandum of understanding. They signed one that, look, we pledge to maintain the project, blah, 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 blah. And it may look that it may not be enforceable, but they wanted to make a point. And the same point you just stated that.
Oh yes, they may just have maybe taken, they may just have taken the win at all. We had that in mind. I remember making that statement to the headmaster when we handed over the basketball court again. I mean, together with some jerseys and on our 40th, I made that point. Except that we didn't follow through with a formal document.
Yeah, and I think when we sacrifice to give back to Sept, and then a year or two, we realize that the investment has not been maintained. It's heartbreaking, and it's a very discouraging thing. Next time you come to the people again, they just point out there are many year groups. My group, we renovated Engman House. Other people renovated certain other houses, and within a year or two, back to the status quo. I mean, so we need to really engage the school, either through the global executive, to make a strong point that these are investments which we sacrifice for the school. We want to see it last at least 5 years. But if within 2 years, all the things we have done just become dilapidated again, it's not a good sign.
Yes, and okay, Fico, you being on the global executive, maybe let me take this opportunity to root this through you. As we took a walk around campus this morning, myself and SP Bobo, I mean, we're appalled by the haphazard nature in which certain additions have been made to houses. I mean, it takes the beauty out of the architecture of the place. So maybe some committee should come out with a master plan and standards for people or groups donating. If it's extra accommodation for students, it must follow a certain pattern. If it's extra washroom or bathroom facility, it must follow a certain pattern. If it is a sitting area for boys to, catch their breath, rest, it must follow a certain pattern. Otherwise, I mean, you just have some amorphous development going on. So please, I'm rooting this.
I'll convey the sentiments to the director of projects and then the director of maintenance. We have two offices, alumni director of projects and alumni director of maintenance, especially coming from you, quantity surveyor, and then senior, who is an architect, senior grant. I'll convey to them this thing that we need to we need to review the master plan. Yeah. There have been a call by Reverend Markway that we should even begin to demolish the old houses and put up a multi-story blocks, just to also solve the accommodation problem on a step-by-step basis. So like we demolish Quansa House, put up a 3-4 story dormitory. The next time we take Clark House in that order, because the space at a point in time, we may run out of space.
We actually saw a multi-story building there, and if the issue of maintenance is going to be the same, we should not repeat that. I mean, the multi-block behind Engman looks like a disaster waiting to happen. it's unfortunate, but I hope if that's a consideration, they will give it much thought. There's a lot of history behind the layout of this campus that got relocated. And so I think in terms of that, we should maintain some of that. And when we do a layout, for me, it was quite disheartening to see some houses had really nice layouts because the alumni had actually made some influence and put some money in, and some houses were in disrepair. It creates an uneven playing field for all the students who are equal in the eyes of PRESEC. So I think that's why a master plan would be adequate, will be necessary, so that when you're developing it from the point of view of the benefit of the entire school, not just for particular houses or particular areas of the campus. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senior. I would liaise with the director of projects and then get the feedback to you through Senior Zoe. I promise to do that this week. So finally, seniors, your impressions.
Before
yes.
Finally, I think let us recall for the records, still on the issue of benefaction. We should recall that during our 25th anniversary, when we were called upon to host the speech and prize giving day in 2004, I guess, yes, led by our own Nekwe Kuma gangs, the gangster. The year group donated a set of hockey equipment to the school in the form of jerseys, hockey sticks, balls, shin guards, and what have you. It should be on record. Yes, we tend to forget
Thank you very
that
much.
Single benefaction from the ground.
Now, seniors, your impressions about Ɔdadeɛ Radio. This is the flagship legacy project of my year group 1981. We're turning out educational programs to alumni, with broadcasting, communicating, the communication directorate of the alumni, of which I'm a deputy director. We've been sending out, having programs. We have a religious program. We have a sports program, which Senior Zoe comes on, helps to produce. We have a health program. We have some Ɔdadeɛ doctors. Every Wednesday, they do discussions with health personnel here and there. But we want 79 to come on board and help us. Senior Nico is far away in UK, but we can always get him once in a while through the medium of Zoom to come and share something from the health, a topic in health with us. If somebody, we have a religious programs, Sunday evenings. If one of you is a pastor, he wants to share a message, you can come on the platform. Even Senior Anna, you like music, you can come and DJ, come and play music for 2-3 hours, music of the 70s and all those things. We want 79 to help us to make the radio station functional. If somebody is in education, he has a topic he wants us to discuss. We have a topic on improving, we have a platform, educational focus, a program geared towards making education more meaningful in Ghana. And most of the time we have a panel discussion. You can always also join. So we just want to appeal to 79 to take a look at our operations at Ɔdadeɛ Radio, and then also give us some help in that regard. So on that score, we bring the curtain down today. We know that after this event, you have a soakings in the adjourning room. I want to know
We have done that already.
The Rablo has occurred already.
Before.
Wow.
Wow, you are late.
So seniors, one more time, I want to thank you for taking time off to share with us. It's been a very, very wonderful experience. We got to know you more, and more importantly, your genius and other people to appreciate what you have done for PRESEC. And we wish you a very, very successful celebration as you bring the curtain down on your weekly reunion. Thank you very much from Ɔdadeɛ Radio, and hope to see you. Those of you who want to help us. Senior Sammy, we had a legal program, and we are expecting you to come on board, come and teach us about certain things about the law, and even if it's 45 minutes, we also record presentation. It did not be live, so to suit you, we can record the program and play it back. This one is going live on our YouTube channels, on our Facebook channels, on Twitter, all our social media platforms. So you need not be live in the studio. from the comfort of your home, we can link you up and then you do the program for us. So one more time, thank you very much. And we look forward to seeing the climax of your anniversary tomorrow and whatever presentation you'll be giving to the school.
Yes. So Fico, before you go away, let me take this opportunity again to root a request through you. You talked about donations to the school, things we do. It is these things we do that has made PRESEC so attractive that, in quotes, almost everybody wants their ward to come to PRESEC. And yet, when we want our ward to come, it is so restricted that sometimes we have problems when we go back to our constituents to ask for things for the school. I mean, I believe it was this time, Nico's great-grandfather would have come to PRESEC, his grandfather came to PRESEC, his dad came to PRESEC, and he himself came to PRESEC. Now, continuing that trend has become almost impossible, in spite of what we do to make PRESEC what it is. If you ask how much does government give to the schools these days, it is the old boys that have kept the school running. So I think that the global executive, whoever the powers be, must negotiate for more space for legacy admissions. On that note, we want to appreciate the good work that you have done by creating this Ɔdadeɛ radio platform. And we have a little token for the studio. We have 1,000 Ghana cedis to help support the running of the studio. I was on a program here. I made some promise to Zonda, but it's a secret promise. It's on its way coming. Okay.
Thank you very much. We'll be able to buy more credit for our Wi-Fi because this station is also online, and we depend on the benevolence of members who pass by to maintain the operations of the studio. We'll take the school anthem, and we'll take since you have eaten already, we'll not sing "Be Present at our Table, O Lord." So we'll just take the school anthem. And but I think seniors, with all respect, how can you eat before the program? You know, because it's the solid. I was expecting to see pictures of the salad, and all this. Let's get a tune. Let's get a tune for the school anthem, and then we'll be done here. God bless you all.
Happy away. On the count of 3.
Happy away.
To just away to dance on Presbyterian Secondary School.
On all we march, we trod along to happy victory.
To victory, to victory.
Our motto is a solid moment, propping us along. Illuminate, with the beam of men. In thy light, we shall see light. Illuminate with the beam of men. For Christian training we get a sure solid foundation. Take our places in the future of our country and church. For Christian training we get a sure solid foundation. To take our places in the future of our country. So come along, join us, happy studios away. For Christian training we get a sure solid foundation. To take our places in the future of our country and church. For Christian training we get a sure solid foundation to take our places in the future of our country. So come along, join us and join us. Happy studios away.
God bless you all, seniors. See you another time.
Thank you, Fico.
Studios, Achache, oh.